MLB The Show 24 live stream simulation games is back, and we're kicking off our Friday night game of the week here at Petco Park in San Diego, California. The San Diego Padres getting set to host the Philadelphia Phillies for a rematch of the 2022 National League Championship Series, which the Phillies won. So the Padres will most likely possibly look for, a little bit of revenge after a couple years. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Josh Wright doing the play-by-play. Our two starters tonight. We got a really good game ahead. Two really good teams. Two really good starters. Joe Musgrove on the mound for the Padres. The Phillies are going to go for their ace, Aaron Nola. There's a fly ball to center field. Azakar making the catch. One away as Kyle Schwarber flies out on the first pitch. And we'll take a look at the lineup here in this one for the Phillies. Schwarber leading off at DH. Trey Turner hitting second at short. Bryce Harper hitting third at first. Alec Boehm, JT Realmuto, Brandon Marsh, Castellanos hitting seventh and right. Bryson Stott batting eighth at second. And Johan Rojas bats ninth. He is the center fielder. Here's Trey Turner. First pitch to him, a strike. And when this guy gets on base, this guy, let me tell you, he can hit the bat, or he can hit with the bat pretty well, and whenever he's on base, he can fly. A huge stolen base threat. Fouls off a curveball, and it's an 0-2 count. Didn't the Padres offer Trey Turner more money than the Phillies did? There's a strikeout for Musgrove.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 3, Bryce Harper.
I'm serious. Did they? I remember when Trey Turner was a free agent, and when he signed with the Phillies, I swear the Padres gave him an offer, and I guess it was like more money to go to San Diego, but he turned it down. And look at this play by Cronenworth. Beats Bryce Harper for the out. And the Padres are going to come hit right after this. And there's Aaron Nola making the start today for the Phillies. He was also a free agent this past offseason, and the Phillies re-signed him. And you can see why. Take away the ERA, and you can see why. We'll take a look at the lineup here in this one for the Padres here in a second. Alexander Bogaerts leading things off. He's at second. Batting second in right field, Fernando Tatis Jr. Jake Cronenworth hitting third. He's at first base. My controller keeps falling. Manny Machado hitting cleanup at third. Jerickson Profar batting fifth. He's in left. Ha-Seong Kim is at shortstop today. He bats sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher Luis Campusano. I know the Padres lineup in real life today has, what's his name? Graham Pauley as the DH today, but instead we're going to use Matthew Baton. He's going to be Pauley today. And batting ninth in center field, Jose Azakar. Take a look at the defense around the horn for the Phillies. Harper is at first, Bryson Stott at second, Trey Turner at short, Alec Boehm's at third, and then in the outfield from left to right is Brandon Marsh, Johan Rojas in center, and Castellanos in right, with JT Realmuto, the former Marlin, doing the catching in this one for the Phillies. Bogaerts takes a fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is another guy. This is a guy who took a fat contract with the Padres, and you can see why. I think it was a 10-year deal. That is hit to short. Trey Turner, one shortstop, grounds out to the other, even though Bogaerts is playing second base today. Still, they originally signed him as a shortstop, and then they moved him to second base. as you can see there. So one out here is another guy who started off as a shortstop, Fernando Tatis Jr. I miss watching him play shortstop. He was fun to watch at shortstop. Fly ball to left center field. Catch is made by Rojas. And that is out number 2.
Batting third, the first baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
So tonight will either be an offensive game, kind of like we had with the Yankees and Guardians, or this will probably be a pitcher's duel. And I say that because both teams have solid offenses. Two teams have two of their best pitchers are on the mound. Fly ball to left field. Marsh makes the catch. And we go to the second. No score after the first inning here at Petco Park. Top of the second inning here at Petco Park, in beautiful sunny San Diego, California, home of the San Diego Padres. For our Friday night baseball game of the week, San Diego Padres, Philadelphia Phillies. And then for our Sunday night game, we will be moving from the West Coast to the East Coast. We'll go to the Queens to watch the New York Mets play the St. Louis Cardinals. For those of you who watched the community post that we had on YouTube. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike to Alec Boehm. And that's fouled off. Fouled off the cutter. Alec Boehm, I remember when he was first called up, the Phillies were hyping him up quite a bit as he takes a strike. Second strikeout for Musgrove. I guess we'll have to wait to talk about Alec Boehm when he comes up to the plate again. JT Realmuto, a guy who hit .252 for the Phillies last year. That's a cutter. That's strike 1. 91 miles per hour on the radar gun.
2-1.
And a curve's taken, ball 2.
Three balls, 1 strike.
Counts 3-1. Brandon Marsh on deck. The guy who started his career with the Angels came over to the Phillies in a trade. Kind of turned into a Jason Worth 2.0 pretty much. And a full count walk to JT Realmuto, and the Phillies have their first guy reach first base. And here comes Jason Worth 2.0, Brandon Marsh. What a beard he has. I'm telling you, he took inspiration from Jason Worth. There's a fly ball to right center field. Tatis is back, and that's off the wall. Realmuto heading for third. He might score. And Brandon Marsh is in with the triple as he slides into third base head first. And the Phillies strike first here in the second. 1-0 Philadelphia. I feel like if that was hit probably at Citizens Bank Park, that could have been a home run most likely. But Brandon Marsh does a great job, just flying around the bases. Makes great contact, able to hit one into the gap. Took advantage with the runner at first base and was able to get him to score. Scores, so now the Phillies have a 1-0 lead. And here comes Nick Castellanos. He is 0 for 2, or 0-2 count. We don't know if he'll be 0 for 2. He could be 0 for 2. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this at bat. And then his second at bat, he could ground out. That's a possibility. He could go 0 for 2, but we don't know. But what we do know He's keeping the at-bat going. Here's a 1-2 to Castellanos, and a curve is fouled off.
That's outside.
Count is 2-2.
I've been there before, so.
Castellanos really doing a great job working the count, keeping the at-bat going. Fouls off yet again. Another one fouled off a couple curveballs. He's fouled off a cutter. There's another cutter that was fouled off.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Lets that one go by, ball 3. Out number 2 here in the second. Another strikeout for Joe Musgrove. Hey, what we were saying earlier, you could go 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Well, there's the strikeout. So now we need to wait for him to come up again and possibly hit into a ground out. Just try and find another way to get him out. 2 outs, runner still at third. And here comes Bryson Stott, another guy who came up as a shortstop for the Phillies in 2022. And then, of course, they brought in Trey Turner and moved him over to second. And he's been staying there since then. Every once in a while, if Trey Turner has a day off, I'm sure they ask Bryson, it's like, hey, you want to play shortstop today? Sure. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bryson Stott. 2 outs. Runner at third. Fastball fouled off.
No, inside.
Just a bit inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just a bit outside. Just a bit inside. It's a Bob Uecker reference. For all you youngsters out there who don't know who Bob Uecker is. Cutter's fouled off. It is still 2-2. Works the count full, and Johan Rojas is on deck for Philadelphia. So the real Phillies and Padres, they don't get going tonight until 8:40 p.m. Central Time. Ground ball to third, Machado. And Musgrove wins the at-bat. However, Brandon Marsh, thanks to him, the Phillies are now winning. He hit an RBI triple to score JT Realmuto. And now the Phillies have a 1-0 lead heading into the bottom of the second. Manny Machado leading things off for San Diego. This one's hit to left. Marsh is back in foul territory. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Jurickson. Road ball.
So bottom of the second, 1 out now. Here's Jurickson Profar, utility guy.
That's out.
This is a guy that can play anywhere. You can play the outfield. Today he's playing left field for the Padres, but he's been playing A lot of the infield also came up as a second baseman and a shortstop. He's played third base. We've even seen him play first. Pretty much everywhere except catcher, and I don't think he's pitched. Ground ball to Harper. Nola able to cover the bag for the out. And Profar is out number 2. Here in the bottom of the second, here's Ha-Seong Kim. I believe this is now our 5th MLB The Show simulation game that we have done. Fly ball to center field. Catch is made by Rojas. And we go to the third. Two scoreless innings for Aaron Nola. Here at Petco Park, we go to the third inning. Philadelphia leads San Diego 1-0. 1-0 Phillies as we head to the top of the third inning here at Petco Park. Trying to think of when Petco Park was open for the first time. When April 8th, 2004. Drop third strike. Throw down to first in time. And Musgrove picks up another strikeout. It is his 4th of the day. So yeah, home of the Padres since April 8th of 2004. Citizens Bank Park, home of the Phillies, was, I believe, also built in 2004. April 3rd of 2004. And the Phillies played their first home game at Citizens Bank Park on April 12th. Ended up losing to the Reds 4-1. As for Petco Park, that is fouled off, and Schwarber has a 1-2 count. The 2004 Padres were actually pretty solid, 87-75, missing out on the playoffs. Perfect time to build a new stadium. Their home opener was April 8th of 2004. It was Padres won that game 4-3. A walk-off against the Giants. Barry Bonds, for those of you who are wondering, was playing that game, and he was 0 for 4 with a walk. And Kyle Schwarber, speaking of walks, will head to first base. It's the second walk of the day for Joe Musgrove. Here's Trey Turner. As I was saying earlier, the Padres won their first game here at Citizens Bank. Runners going. Throw down to second, and goodbye. Kyle Schwarber is gone, trying to steal second. Did I say Citizens Bank? I meant Petco Park. We'll talk about it later. You could tell by half a mile from Capistrano's throw down that, hey man, you're toast. As I was saying earlier, April 8th, 2004 was the first game played at Petco Park. Padres won 4-3 against the San Francisco Giants. That is hit a ton to left field. And Trey Turner makes this a 2-0 game. .404 feet to deep left field. into the Western Metal Supply building. And the Phillies now have a 2-0 lead.
Ball, that's out.
Trying to tell a story about the first game played here at Petco Park, which resulted in a walk-off win for the Padres against the Giants in 10 it went into extras. Padres won in 10 innings. And Phillies bats are like, nope.
One ball.
They're like, you know what? Let's interrupt this dude's story. How rude of him. Harper with a weak ground ball to Bogarts at second. Is he going to beat it out? He will not. But this 404-foot blast to left field makes this a 2-0 Phillies lead. We go to the bottom of the third inning. More Friday Night Baseball coming up. Luis Campusano leading things off for the Padres here in the bottom of the third. It is the 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up. Campusano,
Ball, that's in.
Matten, and Azekar. All due up for San Diego here in the bottom of the third inning. They trailed 2-0. RBI triple was hit by Brandon Marsh, and then a home run by Trey Turner. That's a base hit to right field, and San Diego has their first hit of the day. And here comes Matthew Baton,
Ball.
filling in for Mr. Pauly on the lineup today because Manny Machado. So I'm using the live rosters for some reason didn't have Manny Machado in the lineup. So we're using the I don't know if it's like default rosters or current rosters or whatever, the opening day rosters, I guess you could say. I mean, it worked out just fine. Everybody who's playing today for the Phillies is in the lineup, and everybody who's in the Padres lineup is, you know, playing today minus, you know, the DH, and that's Pauly. And Matthew Baton working a walk.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Jose.
Forget this Pauly guy. How about Matthew Baton working a walk here against one of the best pitchers in baseball? So now it's Jose Azekar time.
Inside, ball one.
That is inside ball one. The 1-0 pitch from Nola.
Ball, that's low.
That is hit to left. Marsh is back, and he makes the catch. Runners tag, and the Padres have runners at the corners with now one out. And Alexander Bogarts is up. Fouled off a fastball. Down is 0-1. Quickly down 0-2.
That's a ball.
That about hit him.
1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Again is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at first and third for San Diego with 1 out. That's in a left center field. This is going to get down. And the Padres have their first run of the night. Going to third is Baton. It's 2-1. Nice hit by Bogarts to score the first run of the night for San Diego. Here's Tatis. He flew out to center field his first time up. Sinker taking ball 2. Padres now with a chance to tie it with the runner at third. Go ahead and run it first. Tatis, ground ball to third. Double play ball 1, got them both. Alec Bohm thought about making the throw home, but he saw where the runner going to second was, and he thought, hey, you know what? I may have a chance here for a double play. So the Phillies get the double play to end the inning, and now here comes Alec Bohm, the man who ended the Padres half of the third, and now he'll start things off for the Phillies half of the fourth. That's fouled off. So the Padres do score a run on a single hit by Xander Bogaerts. And Alec Bohm goes down on strikes. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts here today. So 1 out now. Here's JT Realmuto hitting .252, as we said earlier, during the 2023 season. Solid year for the Phillies. However, it ended in a way I'm pretty sure they didn't want it to go. Ended up ending on a sour note, losing to the Diamondbacks in the NLCS at home. After losing to the Astros the year before in the World Series. Realmuto hits one into right field. Back goes Tatis. He'll make the catch. 2 outs.
The batter, the left fielder, Brandon Marsh.
So 2 outs. Here's Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh had the RBI triple back in the second inning to make the score 1-0 Philadelphia, and then Trey Turner made it 2-0. Ground ball to Bogarts, who made the score 2-1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Cronenworth, Machado, and Profar all due up for San Diego when we come back. Jake Cronenworth will lead things off for the Padres in the bottom of the 4th inning. Friday night baseball here on Let's Talk Sports. MLB The Show 24 simulation game live stream. For those of you who don't know how these work, pretty much we just sit through an MLB The Show simulation game.
1-1.
We and pretty much instead of the announcers on MLB The Show 24 doing the commentating, you get some random guy in his bedroom getting the call. There's a fly ball to left field. Back goes Marsh. He'll make the catch. 1 away.
The third baseman, number 13.
And most of the time we do have viewer requests. So far we have not had one yet, from what I remember. I think we did have one, but down as 1 ball, 1 strike. If we did have one, then it'll most likely be a bonus one for tomorrow. Count as 2 balls, 1 strike to Manny Machado. But if you guys have any game requests that you guys want to see, let me know in the live chat. Any recommendations for games, let me know in the comment section. Requests for games. Because who knows, maybe your request, your viewer request, as Aaron Nola picks up his first strikeout. As I was saying earlier, your viewer request could be a possible live stream game. Like, say, for example, you want to see Red Sox and Yankees again, or Red Sox Yankees at Yankee Stadium. We will most likely do that. And that will probably be next weekend's game because our Sunday night game is already set. And that's going to be Mets and Cardinals. The 0-2 to Profar. Fouled on a fastball that was a little outside the strike zone, but he was able to make contact with it. That is popped up. JT Realmuto making the catch. And we go to the 5th inning. Here in this one, 2-1 Phillies after 4. Nick Castellanos leading things off. Here in the top of the 5th inning for Philadelphia. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Now all we need him to do is go 0 for 2, like we said earlier. He was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Hopefully he'll be 0 for 2 with a ground out, fly out, pop up. He could strike out again. Just any way for Musgrove to get him out again, and we'll be happy. For those of you just now tuning in, I made a... Yep, there it goes. The Castellanos is 0 for 2. For those of you who are just now tuning in, I had a joke, a little mistake earlier. I was saying when Castellanos was up, I said he was 0 for 2. When reality the count was 0 and 2, like no balls, 2 strikes, and I accidentally said Castellanos is 0 for 2. And I mentioned, well, he could possibly go 0 for 2. Well, there you go. Nicholas Castellanos is 0 for 2. And Bryson Stott is also 0 for 2 as he flies out
Up next for Philadelphia, the center fielder.
to Azakar in center field. And here is Johan Rojas. 0 for 3, strikeout in the... He was a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning.
Ball, that's down.
That is hit down the right field line, and that's a foul ball. When we come back, it will be Kim Campusano and Matthew Baton due up for the Padres in the bottom of the 5th. A 1-2 to Rojas. That is a curve. And it's taken for ball number 2. No, Joe. Can I get a selfie? It's a nice little sign out there in the outfield. Yes, you possibly can get a selfie. Juan Hopper, Machado. Throw to first in time. One, 2, 3 inning for Joe Musgrove. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Phil still lead the Padres 2-1. Ha-Seong Kim 0 for 1. Leading things off for San Diego in the 5th. For those of you just tuning in, Josh Wright getting the call today. Doing some play-by-play.
2 balls, no strikes.
Our Friday night baseball game of the weeks brings us to the West Coast. Brings us to Petco Park, home of the Padres since 2004. Playing the Philadelphia Phillies, and their ballpark, Citizens Bank Park, is also home to the Phillies since 2004. Can't believe this ballpark is now 20 years old. Same for Citizens Bank also. Man, early 2000s seems like almost every team in baseball in the early 2000s ended up getting new stadiums. Ground ball to Harper, steps on the bag for the out. We're just moving right along here in the 5th inning. And here is Luis Campusino. He got the first hit of the day for San Diego. That is taken strike one. Trying to think of teams who got new ballparks in the 2000s. Let's see, the Rangers. It's an old ballpark now. No, not the Rangers. The Astros. There you go. The Astros, Minute Maid Park. That was, I think that was open in, I believe, 2000. Another strikeout for Aaron Nola. It's his second. Sefco Field. I know it's T-Mobile Park now, but it was Sefco Field in Seattle. Opened halfway through 1999. Let's see. What other parks on the West Coast? Let's see. Oracle Park or AT&T Park, however you want to call it. Home of the Giants. That was built in the early 2000s, I believe. Petco Park, obviously. Chase Field, obviously, that's when the Diamondbacks had their first season in, I believe, 98, 99. Just going through the divisions. Miller Park in Milwaukee, that was early 2000s. I think 2001, 2002 was when Miller Park opened. PNC Park in Pittsburgh, the Reds got their new ballpark at that time. Busch Stadium, home of the Cardinals, it's been around since 2006. The year they won the World Series. The same year, get a new ballpark and you win the World Series. And a 2-out walk. Matthew Baden has walked both times tonight. Here's Jose Azocar. And then I'm trying to think of other new ballparks. And then the American League East. Comerica Park in the early 2000s. Target Field in 2010. I know Kauffman Stadium, the Royal Stadium, that had some renovations done around the early 2000s when they put the fountains in and everything. And then on the East Coast, Turner Field in Atlanta, Citizens Bank Park, like we mentioned earlier, the new Marlins Stadium, both the Yankees and Mets got their new stadiums in 2009. Jose Azocar is out to Rojas in center field. And the 5th inning comes to a close. We played 5 full here at Petco Park. Phillies still lead this one 2-1. Don't mind me just rambling on about random MLB ball. How almost half of the league seems like got new stadiums in the early 2000s.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Kyle Schwarber up again, leading things off here in the 6th inning.
That's ball 3.
Kyle Schwarber working a 3-1 count.
No, that's a ball. Take the base.
And a leadoff walk to Kyle Schwarber.
Leading off to Philadelphia, the shortstop.
So now comes in Trey Turner, 1 for 2. That is into right field. That is going to drop for a base hit. Schwarber will stay put at second.
Now batting.
And Trey Turner picks up his second hit of the night. Oops. Grounder to short, double play, ball one. Got them both. Bryce Harper. 6-4-3 double play. And here comes Alec Boehm. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. There's a grounder to short. And now he's 0 for 3. A walk and a single. Phillies had 2 guys on. And then it turned into a double play and then a grounder to short. Ends the top of the 6th inning. Phillies had their leadoff guys, had the top of the order due up in their half of the 6th. And now the Padres have their leadoff guys, or the top of their order. Bogarts, Tatis, and Jake Cronenworth. Would love to see either Bogarts or Tatis hit a home run in this game, just to make the game exciting. A little bit more exciting.
Ball one.
It's ball one to Bogarts, 1-2 count. A home run's coming today from the Padres. I can just feel it. Well, that was a home run, but Aaron Nola strikeout was incoming. Bogarts froze on the fastball. And he is the first out here in the 6th inning. Here's Tatis. As we said earlier, would love to try and have a home run in any way, shape, or form. Two one. 2-1. Phillies is the score. And Tatis has gone on strikes, 2 outs. So Bogarts couldn't give us a home run. Tatis does not deliver with a home run. Maybe Jake Cronenworth will. First pitch fouled off. Count 0-1. NFL draft still going on. New England Patriots with their 2nd round pick. They took a wide receiver from Washington. Ground ball to third. Boom. Third to first. Is in time. So no offense from the top of the Padres lineup. We will go to the 7th. And Jeremiah Estrada will come into relief for Joe Musgrove as the Padres make a bullpen change here in the 7th. Wandy Peralta and Cosgrove, 2 lefties, warming up in the San Diego bullpen. That is fouled off. Here's the 0-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Curve is taken But just a bit low, ball one.
Foul ball. Ball two. 2-2 now.
Count is 2-1. Or 2-2, excuse me.
Helpful.
And Real Muto strikes out on a changeup. One away here in the seventh. Don't know what that swing was. Kind of looked like a golf swing for a second. Here's Brandon Marsh, 1 for 2 at the triple that he hit in inning number 2, making it a 1-0 lead for the Phillies. Score the first run of the day, and then Trey Turner had the home run to make it 2-0, and then Alexander Bogaerts on the Padres hit a RBI single into left center field to make the score 2-1. And here's Nick Castellanos, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Let's see if he'll go 0 for 3, or he could be 1 for 3. As my 8th grade computer teacher said, or always said, when he did the morning announcements for my middle school, and he would always end the morning announcements saying, "Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours." Well, Castellanos, make this a great at bat or not. You know, choice is yours.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Count is 3-1. So far, he's making it a good at bat. Now he just needs to get on base. As he's working the count in his favor. Lets the slider go by, 3-2. If this was Wrigley Field, the crowd would be on their feet. Time to stretch here at Petco Park. Castellanos struck out not once, not twice, but 3 times today. 7th inning stretch here at Petco Park. Padres need to do something. They're still down. They trail the Phillies 2-1. 2-1 is the score. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Petco Park. Manny Machado leading things off. That is up the middle. Ground ball to second. Bryson Stott taking away a base hit. Away for a Manny Machado. And here is Jurickson Profar. As we were saying earlier, we were just itching for a Padres home run just to make this game more interesting. I mean, both teams there have been 4 hits in this game total. 2 hits for the Phillies. I believe 2 hits for the Padres. I think that's what my... No, 3 hits for the Phillies. Excuse me. So 5 hits total in this game. Here's a 1-2 to Profar. That is in the left field. Brandon Marsh making the play. And that's out number 2. I think that's the closest to a Padres home run we're going to get to today. And here's Ha-Seong Kim. That's a debatable call. Strike 1. As we were saying earlier today, this will either be a pitcher's duel or it will be an offensive game. And so far, I'd say this has been a bit of a pitcher's duel. Aaron Nola's been
At the ball.
doing pretty good on the mound. Joe Musgrove, even though he gave up a couple runs, walked a few batters, he did pretty well. And Ha-Seong Kim with a 2-out single, the third hit of this game for San Diego.
The catcher, Louis Campusano.
And the Padres may have a 2-out rally going, and here comes the Phillies skipper. And Aaron Nola may be done for the day. We'll see a pitching change for the Phillies. They still lead this one 2-1. Sir Anthony Dominguez, first up out of the Philadelphia bullpen, will come in relief for Nola. With 2 outs here in the 7th, he'll face Campusano,
Ball one, no
the
strike.
catcher today for the Padres. He had the first hit of this game for the home team. That is a ton to left field. And Brandon Marsh with the catch in left field. Again, could have been a home run. Instead, it's out number 3. Campusano tried to do a bit too much. But a fly ball to deep left field. Tom Cosgrove is up next out of the Padres bullpen.
Leading off for Philadelphia, the second
As he will pitch the 8th inning.
Stott.
He will face Bryson Stott, who has been solid today with the glove. Has not done much with the bat. There's a fly ball to right. Tatis makes the catch. And Stott is 0 for 3. Just moving right along, as the Muppet song goes. Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Getting there is half the fun. Come share it with me. Moving right along, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. You take it, you know best. Hey, I've never seen the sun come up in the
One
west.
ball, 2 strikes.
I love that movie.
Ball, that's too high.
Eating some pizza for dinner tonight. Friday night pizza. Friday nights and pizza. It's a good combination. It's a good duo. Here's the 2-2 to Rojas. Cosgrove, the lefty specialist for the Padres out of their bullpen. Here's a 2-2. That is hit to second. Bogarts, 2 outs. It is weird seeing Xander Bogarts play second. You know what else is weird? Seeing Mookie Betts on the Dodgers playing shortstop. It's like watching,
Just out.
and I was watching some old Cardinal games the other day just for fun.
That's in. Ball 2.
And it was a game from like 2001, 2002. So this was like Albert Pujols' rookie year. And instead at first base, which is where a lot of people are used to seeing him playing, he was in left field. Kyle Schwarber hits one to deep left center field. And that is going to be out number 3. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Baton, Azekar, and Bogarts all due up to face Sir Anthony Dominguez. He got out of the 7th inning in the span of 2 pitches. Matthew Baton has walked twice tonight. Padres still trail by a run. Scores 2-1. Philadelphia still out on top. The lefty Jose Alvarado and Gregory Soto both warming up in the Philadelphia bullpen. Padres have some action going on in their bullpen also. And Matthew Baton freezes on a circle change. Out number 1 here in the 8th. Here's Jose Azekar 0 for 2. This is, if the Padres want to, still make this a game, want to clutch up offensively, this is the time to do it. Still got a chance in the 9th, but, we'll see. Azekar hits the righties a lot better. You'd see there on the graphic shown on the screen. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike to the number 9 hitter. Swing and a miss. Count is 2-2. I don't mean to seem like I'm rooting for the Padres or anything. I'm not. I'm not rooting for either team. I'm just saying it'd just be nice to, see some offense in this game. A fly ball to right. Castellanos there makes the catch. Just these flyouts are going to be most likely the closest thing we're going to see the Padre home runs. Here's Jeff Hoffman. We'll try and get the final out here in the 8th. And then we'll most likely pitch the 9th and get the save if nothing happens here with Bogarts. Slider taken, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2 to Bogarts.
2-2 count.
That is taken low, ball 2. Struck him out on a slider way outside the zone. When we come back for the 9th, top of the 9th, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Alec Boehm, all due up for Philadelphia in their half of the 9th. Tom Cosgrove still throwing for San Diego. Entering the 9th inning, the Phillies still have a 2-1 lead. Some insurance runs for the Phillies here in the 9th would be great. I'm making the assumption. 1 ball, 1 strike to Turner. Ground ball to Machado. 1 out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Bryce.
Here's Bryce Harper 0 for 3. That's a strike. 0-1. Harper hitting .293 against Tom Cosgrove. or 239, I think it said.
No ball.
Count is 0-2. I wish you could see the scouting report. 0-2.
Ball, that's off the
Harper lets the curve go by. Did he go around? He did not, said the third base umpire. Doesn't want to cause a feud there with Harper. And Bryce Harper has his first hit of the day, a base hit to right center field.
Now batting, third base.
It is his first and hit number 4 of the day for the Phillies. And Alec Bohm gets hit number 5. There's a little blooper to left field. Harper sliding in head first at third base. And back-to-back one-out singles for the Phillies here in the ninth. For the Padres, Mike Schilt, former Cardinals manager, now managing the Padres. He's going to leave Cosgrove in to face Realmuto. And most likely, they'll look for a double play to try and get out of it. Realmuto 0 for 2.
inside ball.
Two-seamer taken. 1 ball, 1 strike. Man. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There you go. Just a second.
Any more pizza? Oh, you haven't eaten yet. Okay.
Realmuto's gone. 2 outs.
Up next for Philadelphia. The left fielder.
Having pizza. And so my grandma was asking if I wanted any more. Sorry.
0-1's the count. Foul ball.
That's a foul ball down the line. A little aggressive there with the... I mean, yeah, he runners in scoring position, 2 outs.
Ball, that pitch is out. Please, you.
Counts full. To Brandon Marsh, Castellanos up next.
Ball four.
That load him up.
Up next for Philadelphia. The right fielder. Nick Castellanos.
The bases are loaded. 2 outs for Castellanos.
Ball.
That is into left field. And it's going to drop. 1 run scores. Here comes Bohm. And the Phillies have a 4-1 lead. Castellanos with a 2-run single. And now Wandy Peralta will come in to try and get the out number 3 here in the top of the 9th. Now the Padres originally trailing by
Nope, that's a ball.
just 1 run. Now they're trailed by 3. Phillies now making this a 4-1 game. Eating some pizza and calling a baseball game. What a combination. Friday night, MLB The Show, live stream, and a pizza.
1 strike.
Two and two.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Count full.
Struck him out on a slider. Phillies get a couple insurance runs on a 2-run single hit by Castellanos. Last chance for the Padres to keep things going. Jose Alvarado will come in to get the save.
Leading up for the Padres.
Padres down to their final 3 outs. They now trail this one 4-1.
Ball, down. Two balls, no strikes.
2-0 to Tatis.
Yeah. 2-1.
Try not to eat so close to the mic. There's a ground ball to second. Stott,
Out.
1 away.
The first baseman, number 9, Jake Cronenworth.
Ball, that's outside.
Cronenworth to third,
He's out.
and the Padres are down to their final out.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
And now Manny Machado
Hey.
comes in. He is hitless today.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike to Machado. Strike 2, and the Padres are down to their last strike.
3.
Struck him out, and the Phillies win this one on the road. 4-1, your final score here at Petco Park. And just like that, our Friday night baseball game of the week comes to a close. 4-1 Phillies win. That's your final score. Aaron Nola with the win. Joe Musgrove will have the loss. Alvarado with the save. Not a whole lot of offense in this one, besides an RBI triple by Brandon Marsh. On the Phillies side of things, a home run for Trey Turner and a 2-run single by Castellanos in the ninth. The one run in this game for the Padres that came on an RBI single by Bogarts. Other than that, it's been more of a pitcher's duel today. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's stream. If you guys did, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below any other games you guys want me to do in the future. Here's our pitching and everything. Aaron Nola went 6 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, and had 4 strikeouts on the day. Sir Anthony Dominguez came in the 7th and the 8th. He pitched pretty good. Jeff Hoffman then got the final out in the 8th, and then Alvarado got the save in the 9th. And then on the Padres side of things, Joe Musgrove, he allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Jeremiah Estrada pitched 7th. He was phenomenal. Had 2 strikeouts. Tom Cosgrove pitched 1 2/3 innings. Of course, gave up the 3 hits and the 2 runs in the 9th. Allowed a walk, a strikeout, and then Wadi Peralta got the final out in the 9th, top of the 9th. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys, again, enjoyed this game. Like and subscribe. Let me know any other games you guys want to watch in the future. With that said, I'm Josh Wright, signing off. Good night from Petco Park. Phillies win 4-1.